After that exhilarating game of cricket between Dell Technologies and MSGD, we are now back to provide yet another game between DR.REDDY'S and QUALCOMM. Raises the finger. The batsman is caught in front of his stumps. Alok Joshi dismissed for naught. And Santosh picks up his first wicket of the game. DR.REDDY'S winning the toss, choosing to bat first. Not had a great journey this tournament, DR.REDDY'S. Lost to Dell by 6 wickets, service now, and MSGD by 74 and 34 runs. They started the tournament with a victory against 𝗪𝗪𝗎. Today they are playing QUALCOMM. QUALCOMM has won their last 3 matches convincingly. They just lost their first game by 7 runs to 𝗬𝗏𝗃. But after that, they've been on the money. Won by 44 runs against service now, 9 wickets against 𝗪𝗪𝗎, and 36 runs against Fuji Fighters. If QUALCOMM wins today, they move to number 3 on the points table, and Dell Technologies move 4th. So the result of this game will basically decide who finishes number 3 and 4 on the table. The consequence of that is MSGD will be the opponent against the number 4 team in the semi-finals. So it's a battle to stay out of the number 4 position basically. DR.REDDY'S cannot qualify for the Platinum Cup, so they will be playing for the Gold Cup. Depending on where they finish, they will play either 𝗪𝗪𝗎 or Fuji in their semi-final. Once again, an appeal for leg before, none from the bowler. It's clear that that was going down the leg. So Santosh bowled pretty well this over. Just 1 run scored or conceded and 1 wicket picked already. So 5 balls that he's bowled. The last ball is the first over coming up. And he's launched into that. What a big stroke that is. Beautifully hit. 1 bounce over the boundary rope. So Rohan Kaushik gets his innings going with a wonderful boundary down the ground. The end of the first over, 5 for 1. Bad bounce to the fielder at square leg. Really nothing he could have done about that. That ball bounced just in front of him and then went over his head. A poor ball That has been put away, but a lucky boundary nevertheless because the fielder was behind that one. Down the leg side, called wide by the umpire. Well done by the wicketkeeper there. Wordsmith wicket, just a single. Now stepping towards the leg side and the run through for a quick single. 𝗬𝗆 pulling in for the strike. Playing a miss outside the off stump. Good bowling that from 𝗵𝗆𝗃𝗏. That was close. The end of the second over, the score remains 12-1. 𝗃𝗏𝗃𝗃 comes into the attack. 238 matches for his 200 wickets. Economy of 7.25. Bowling to Rohan. Again, a play and a miss outside the off stump. Banged it into the pitch. Gets it to go. Once again, the batsman plays and misses. Almost too late on that ball there. dug it out, played very well, squeezed it between the wicketkeeper and the third man fielder for a boundary. So Rohan has gotten his innings going now. 2 boundaries, 9 of 7. Tried to repeat that stroke, but this time almost off the back foot. Straight to the fielder at the gully region, I would say. Again, short ball in the air, back to the bowler who takes a good running catch. That's the length he's been trying to bowl all over, banging it into the pitch, getting the batsman to go for it. Rohan not able to move back into his crease to pull that. In fact, that was too far away from him to be pulling. He would have been better off cutting that ball. In the end, just top-edged it to where the short square leg fielder would have been, but the bowler runs across and takes that catch. Wonderful wicket that for Ramakrishna. Picks up his first wicket. 2 wickets down, DR.REDDY'S for 16 runs. In the block hole, just dug it out somehow. Run through for a single.
73 overs, 17.
End of 3 overs, 17 for 2, DR.REDDY'S. Short ball, played and missed. Into his body, but nothing doing, face the umpire. Roshan is into the attack. Bowling to Shubham, 22 matches for his 24 wickets, economy of under 6. So he's had a promising start to his corporate cricket career. Nudge towards the square leg fielder. I think he's managed to hold on to that. If he has, that is a fabulous catch. The umpire confirms it. So that's the 3rd wicket going down for DR.REDDY'S. Wonderful catch at the square leg region. Take a look at the replay just to appreciate the acrobatic effort there. See there, rocking back, hitting that in the air. Well taken catch, well judged. Fielder at square leg. Dr. Reddy is now in big trouble. 17 for 3. Krishna Anand is the new batter out there. 1700 runs in his 100 matches. 24 is average, 122 is strike rate. Those are good stats. If he can manage to play a big innings here for his team, it will help his team out. Played outside the off-stump and the umpire has raised his finger for on a hat-trick now. Roshan has picked up 2 of 2. Fantastic outcome this for QUALCOMM. 17 for 4. Dr. Reddy's. Wow. Really have them on the mat now. What contrasting games of cricket we've seen today. The earlier match between MFGD and Dell seemed like a run fest. Could not stop the boundaries. But then the other 2 matches that we've seen, the first one between 𝗬𝗃𝗍𝗍 and 𝗬𝗃𝗍𝗍 dismissing 𝗬𝗃𝗍𝗍 for 87 and going on to chase that score in about 11 overs time. Now Dr. Reddy is really struggling at 17 for 4. Bowling attacks also extremely different. 𝗬𝗃𝗍𝗍 had an extremely spin-friendly bowling attack. QUALCOMM rather, have an out-and-out pace attack. They've managed to get the same outcome, which means that you bowl in good area when the pitch rewards you. Oh, that was almost off the glove towards the wicketkeeper's palms again. Very, very close to getting a hat-trick there. Just a little bit too fine. The wicketkeeper not able to get across. So Satish Kumar is the new batter out there in the middle. 83 matches for 1500 runs. And he starts his innings with a boundary. Squeezed again between the keeper and the third man region. The fielder on the boundary fields it, stops it to a single. Down the leg side, the umpire called for the wide. Hit towards the cover point fielder. No runners on offer at the end of the over. (23 for 4) at the end of 4 overs. landed it on a length. Batsman leg towards cover point. No run on offer again. 𝗃𝗏𝗃𝗃 now really need a partnership between Pradeep and Satish. Need to find a way to bat for a little while and build a score. Take that towards square leg. Just a single. Wonderfully played. Pick the gap with perfection between the fine leg and the square leg fielder. The ball goes all along the ground for another 4. Let's take a look at that stroke on the replay. Just hit all along the ground. No fielder in view till the ball goes beyond the boundary rope. Once again, picks the gap between mid-wicket and square leg this time. Run through for 2 runs. Five overs bowled, 30 for 4. Cut off the back foot, but straight to the fielder at gully. Punched off the back foot to the fielder at cover point. No run if on offer. Outside half of the bat towards the fielder at point. No run again. Inside edge, lucky to get away with that. That was very, very close. Between the bat and the pad to the wicketkeeper. Lucky to get away with that. Wonderful piece of bowling that over. A maiden. Very rare that we see something like this. Santosh has come in, picked up a wicket of his first over and bowled a maiden, the second one.
Abhishek, bowler name Abhishek.
Abhishek, the new bowler, into the attack. Short ball on a length. Hit it perfectly in the gap between square leg and mid wicket for another boundary. So much needed boundary that for DR.REDDY'S, taking them to 34 now. Pradeep batting on 16 of 11. Tries to go big, cuts the under half of the bat, just a single towards mid-wicket region. Long on fielder does the fielding there. Played a little bit too early. Inside half of the bat, single towards long on. Both batsmen have faced 12 balls each. Satish playing on 7 of 12, Pradeep playing on 17 of 12. This time, Pradeep goes for the big one, but once again just gets the bottom edge of the bat towards the fielder at long on. Nudge towards the square leg region. Will they come back for the second? No, they decide against it. So just a single again. Last ball of the 7th over coming up. Once again played, turned towards square leg. They will want to push for the second. Yes, they do. And they finish it comfortably. Pradeep moves on to 20 with that couple. He scored half of the run for Dr. Reddy's. At the end of the 7-over mark, the score is 40 for 4. Pradeep has scored 20 of them of 14 balls. Ramakrishna into the attack. Current partnership 23 of 21. One time, Dr. Reddy's at Catering at 17 for 4. It's good to see both of these batters putting together a show. Satish and Pradeep. Satish on strike now. He's batting on 8 runs of 13 balls. Beaten outside the off stump. And he's bowled him. Fantastic bowling there from Ramakrishna. Picks up his second wicket. Lands it on the length. Gets the ball to Jack back straight. Ramakrishna expecting the ball to come in with the angle. The ball stays straight. Goes on to knock his off stump back. Wonderful bowling this. You see that the ball had hit, would have pitched on where the off stump would have been, so the batsman expecting that the ball will continue to go in, but it did not. It just straightened once it hit the pitch. Incredible bowling this from Ramakrishna. Satish had no chance of getting his bat down in time. So 40 for 5 now. Cut off the back foot. Just a single towards the fielder at cover point. Sonu, some good stats for him. 199 matches, 3,600 runs. An average of 22, strike rate of 118. So he looks like a good batter, Somu. Ramakrishna has now picked up 2 wickets. Pradeep cuts that beautifully. Well placed in that gap. 4 of the most beautiful runs that you would see all day. Pradeep looking really good now. 24 of 15. Scoring almost 60% of the runs for his team at this moment. This time tries to go over the top. Luckily for him, lands in no man's land between covers and mid-offs. Just a single added to the score. Pradeep needs to mix caution with aggression. So he's the only person in the team who seems to have gotten a score today. His high score of 71 for Pradeep. His team will need him to accumulate a little bit more. Play and a miss outside the off stump again. Wonderful bowling by Ramakrishna, getting the ball to kick off the surface. Abhishek comes back into the attack. Bowled his first over for 10 runs. Bowls full to Pradeep. 𝗬𝗎 cut from within the crease. Just hands there from Pradeep, no footwork. No run of the first two balls. This time tries to go across the line, gets the bottom of the bat, it's to long on for the single. That is floppy in the field. The bowler there, Abhishek, should have held on to that, but it didn't. The batsmen were alert enough to run through for a second run. That is floppy cricket from QUALCOMM. Credit to Dr. Reddy for being alert and active to the opportunity of a second run. Short ball on the legs. He's helped it on its way. It's going to beat the fielder in the deep. Yes, it does. So 4 more runs. The 50 for Dr. Reddy's comes up with that stroke. 52 for 5 of 8.4 overs. And Pradeep has got 31 of those 52 runs. Phenomenal this. 31 of 52. Wow. Again, drilled past the bowler. Single towards long on. Somu plays that back to the bowler to end the 9th over at 53 for 5. Seems like a lone man fighting for Dr. Reddy's. Pradeep Dhanraj doing all of the scoring for them, 32 of 21. खेल रहे हैं ना शायद यहाँ पे. So we're about to begin the last over from this end of the innings. Looks like it's going to be Ramakrishna again. Yes, it is. Oh, lucky to get away with that, Pradeep. Almost rolled onto his stumps there. Short ball again, this time has managed to get bad on that. But good field placement to accommodate for that pace and that bounce. They have a fine leg fielder in position, was able to cut that down to a single. Somo now facing Ramakrishna. Tried to drill that between the cover fielders, but he can't find the gap. Off the pads, I think, on that occasion. Yes, the umpire confirms my suspicion. Signal for leg by, just a single. Over the fielder's head this time. Wonderfully hit towards the deep cover fielder who runs around. Just a single added to the total. And he hit that, it looked like that deserved more. Drill down the ground, just past the fielder at mid-off. I think that ball will race all its way to the boundary. Yes, it does. The fielder slightly square, trying to cover that cover region. The batsman managed to find the gap to his right. The end of the 10th over, the score has moved on to 60 runs, exactly 6 runs and over. We come to the end of the first half of this game. Play towards the cover region. Are they going to come back for the second? Yes, they do. That is good running between the wickets. Managed to steady the flow of wickets now, Dr. Reddy's. Pradeep batting well, 34 of 24. This time, taking it on the full, hit it towards the cover region. Just a single. Inside half of the bat towards short fine leg, but just a single. Misfielded there by the fielder, but luckily no harm done. Clear off the back foot this time. Straight to the cover fielder, no runs on offer. Beaten outside the off stump. Hit that towards mid wicket, rather long gone, just a single. That's the ball to bounce of the surface on that occasion, Abhishek. Hit that past the bowler, powerfully hit. The fielder at long off just brilliantly to stop that. Funny there, the non-striker had finished 2 runs before the striker had turned back. Launch of it in the air on this occasion. Is it going to carry? No, it doesn't. Just lands into the fielder's palms there at long gone. Wonderful wicket this for QUALCOMM because they kept keeping things tight. It's a big wicket. Pradeep, who was holding the innings together for Dr. Reddy's, gone for 39 of 27. Caught at long on by 𝗀𝗏𝗃𝗃𝗃. What a good catch that is. The first figure of the day for Rajat. 𝗬𝗃𝗃𝗃, the new batter out in the middle. 𝗬𝗃𝗃 scored 1,008 runs in his 150 games. Wide outside the off stump on that occasion. Playing a miss again, called wide again by the umpire. Single towards the cover fielder. '70 for 6. The score moves on to Devesh Avasthi batting on 1 of 1. Somu on the other end, 7 of 11. DR.REDDY'S needs to find a way to bat out the 20 overs, which means both of these batters need to bat for a long time. Oh, that was almost caught and bowled. Good athleticism by the bowler to get his arm up there. It's never easy on your own follow through. And that was hit with some power. Rajat, being brave, lifted his arm there, got his palm on it. Couldn't catch that. Anyway, coming back to the action, Somu now on strike. Was on the pads, was helped on its way towards mid wicket, just a single. The end of the 12th over, the score moves to 72 for 6. Played off the back foot powerfully over the fielder's head. Goes all the way to the boundary rope. Good stroke that. It was a long time coming. Played over the fielder at square leg, just for a single. Short ball again, down the legs. There is a fine leg fielder posted there. Keeps it down to a single. Short ball again, picked it up, off a length. It was wonderfully struck this time by Somu. Gets a boundary for his efforts there. So Somu picking up from where Pradeep had finished. 17 or 15 for him. Propelling Dr. Reddy's forward. 82 for 6, 12.4 overs bowled. The umpire making a signal. Short and wide down the leg side. Five-run penalty is being issued to the bowling team there. The bowler apparently carrying his phone. Umpire spotting that. Signaling 5 penalty runs. Very important runs in the context of this game for Dr. Reddy. Every run is valuable for them. Punched off the back foot towards covers. No run on offer. $88 for 6 now the score. Last ball of the 13th over coming up. Punched again off the back foot. Straight to the fielder at covers. The end of the 13th over, the score moves to 88 for 6. Roshan coming in over the wicket. Starts off with a dot ball. This game seems to be ambling at its own pace. It's waiting for someone to get it by the scruff of its neck and throttle it into action. And he's bowled him! I think he got the inside edge of the bat and cracked that ball back onto his stumps. So Roshan comes into the attack, picks up a wicket, and Dr. Reddy's lose their 7th. 𝗬𝗎 𝗃𝗃 have to go. Take a look at how that transpired. Full outside the off stump, guided it, got the inside edge of the bat, back onto the top of the off stump. An unfortunate way for 𝗬𝗎 to end his innings. Another day, he would have gotten runs for that stroke. Unfortunately for him, today was not that day. Roshan picks up his third wicket in his second over. So change in dimension now. Because a left-hander comes out to the middle. It's always interesting when a left and right-hander are batting out in the center. Rajat, 39 matches for his 256 runs, average of 15, strike rate of 115, will face Roshan. That was well played towards the cover fielder. Where was he going? There was no call whatsoever. The non-striker raises his hand up in apology. That should have been a single. Rajat had played that well. And how many times have we seen this in the past, that when you take a single or when you don't take a single that's an offer, you generally end up paying a heavy price the next ball. Let's hope that does not happen for Dr. Reddy's today. No, it doesn't. Beautifully driven again through the covers region. Rajat has come out and played two scintillating cover drives. So really good on both of those shots. Nice tall, broad man. Rajat reminds you so much of 𝗬𝗏𝗃. The way that his canter is and the way that he looks with the bat in hand. Extremely similar to 𝗬𝗏𝗃, at least from a distance. Anyway, coming back to reality, Somu now facing strike. 17 of 17 for Somu. Wide outside the off stump. Somu hoping that the umpire will call that a wide. The umpire deciding against that. I think he just was a little bit too late on that. So played that back to the bowler. No runs on offer. The end of the 14th, the score remains 89, just one run coming off that over. A wicket picked. Short of length outside the off stump. 𝗬𝗏𝗃 conceded 11 runs for his first over, comes back. He's bowling right arm around the wicket now to the left-hander. Rajat plays and misses that. Interesting field this. Deep mid wicket, deep square leg, deep long on. In the air, just chip back over the bowler's head. The fielder at mid-off. Lucky Rajat. Moves on to 90 now, 90 for 7. 14.2 overs in the game. 34 balls left in this innings. Swivels in, plays it towards fine leg, keeps it down to a single. That's a fielder that they've chosen to have almost all day today, the fine leg fielder. He's protected a few boundaries already. And Qualcomm bowlers like to dig it in short. Most of them seem tall, lanky, hit the wicket kind of bowlers. And when you want to bowl that line, then the fine leg fielder always makes sense. This time he's picked it over the fielder at cover. No, he hasn't managed it. The fielder from mid-off runs across, takes up a brilliant catch to dismiss Rajat. When he hit it, it looked like a good stroke. It looked like it was heading towards the boundary. The fielder at mid-off, the tall and lanky guy, just moved across, stretched his arms wide, and managed to hold on to a very good catch. 𝗬𝗃𝗃𝗲𝗃, the fielder there, at mid-off, or rather extra cover, he takes that brilliant catch to dismiss Rajat Jr. Rajat was looking really good, but unfortunately for him, was dismissed courtesy a brilliant catch. Take another look at that on the replay. Hits it, he feels confident, and he does. But 𝗬𝗃𝗃𝗲, outstretched arms, manages to hold on to a very good catch at the extra cover region. That is number 8 down for DR.REDDY'S, and Qualcomm now are closing in. So 𝗬𝗃𝗃𝗲 plays and misses again. The end of the 15th over, the score remains 91 for the loss of 8 wickets. It's 2 runs and a wicket of the 15th over. So 𝗶𝗵 back into the attack. Hits it in the cover region. I think that'll just be a single. Don't think 𝗬𝗃𝗃𝗲 is coming back for the second. Once again played into the covers region, almost going to that fielder's outstretched arm. This time they do manage to run across for a second run. Outside the off stump, play and a miss. Again played in the cover region. Once again, pushing for a second. This time, 𝘀𝗻 decides against it. 𝗬𝗵𝗆 signaling towards the pavilion. Maybe he needs something. 𝘀𝗻 again punches it off the back foot, but no run on offer. Appeal for leg before, almost exclusively from the bowler. No support from anybody on the field. The end of the over. 95 for 8 at the end of 16. DR.REDDY'S have just managed to lose wickets at crucial junctures. Every time they've looked like they could go on and push, they've lost a wicket. It's just come in their way of putting up a big score. Wickets mean that you cannot stay aggressive. You cannot take the chances that you would otherwise take, which in turn dents your scoring rate. 𝘀𝗻 is a prime example of that. He had started playing very aggressively early on in his innings, but he's had to mellow his approach because of how many wickets have been lost at the other end. Nice straight towards the cover fielder. There was no run there. Dot ball towards the wicketkeeper himself. 95 for 8. Rajat is back into the attack. He's picked up a wicket already today. Playing a miss outside the off stump. Once again, nudges it towards point. Yes, no, yes, no. Eventually they decide to complete the single. There's been a lot of misunderstanding between these two runners there. Almost the third time, I think, that there's been a yes and no at the middle. No harm done in the end. Outside edge, just over the fielder at short third man. The ball rolls over the boundary rope. The 100 for DR.REDDY'S comes up with that stroke. 100 up. 100 for 8. 101 balls. Look at that mini celebration there in the center. Tries to go big, gets the top edge, the bowler runs back. Can't get close to that, lands in no man's land. They run through for a single. The end of the 17th, 101 for 8. That's beautifully played. Beat the fielder at cover. The fielder at long off was a little too slow to react. That goes beyond the boundary rope. Very good result for the batting team. That not so much if you're 𝗵𝗆, the bowler. Concedes a boundary where he thought that he should have just got away with the dot ball. Somu now 28 of 26. He's batting really well for his team. Short ball once again, top edge, mid wicket fielder settling under it, takes a comfortable catch. That's the end of the day for Somu. Dismissed for 28 of 27 balls. The last batsman for DR.REDDY'S out in the middle now. Somu played really well for his 28 runs. 3 boundaries in that knock. It's well appreciated by folks outside. But unfortunately for DR.REDDY'S, it's not about enough. Still have 16 balls left in this innings. I think that should be the #1 priority, to try and bat out these 16 deliveries, irrespective of how many runs they can score of them. Bottom edge of the bat. Once again, beats the fielder at cover. 10 and 11, there's always going to be misunderstanding in the middle. Just not folks who are used to batting and running. Creates room for himself, throws his bat at that. Managed to get enough bat to beat the fielder at third man for another boundary. Looks like DR.REDDY'S and 𝗬𝗆𝗆 specifically decided that if they're going to go down, they're going to go down fighting. They'll get as many runs as they can on the board, and then they'll try and come back and defend that score. But they're not going to defend their way out of trouble here. Change in field, third man goes back. Long on, I think, is going to come back into the circle. So point covers mid wicket and long on, the 4 fielders inside the circle. 𝗬𝗆𝗆 moves away from his stumps. Tries to hit that over cover. With it straight into the fielder's hands, who makes a meal of that. The ball bounces and goes beyond the boundary rope. 𝗬𝗆𝗆 looks at his bat. His teammates must be saying, "What are you worrying about? The bat is doing well for you. Just keep going." 12 of 11 now, 𝗬𝗆𝗆. Hit it straight down, but it's long off, just a single. May have been another run out on there, because the batsmen almost running into each other. At the end of the 18th over, the score has moved on to 115 for 9. What these batting efforts have shown us from Somu, Pradeep earlier, and 𝗬𝗆𝗆 now, that the pitch is still good for batting. It's just the intent that has been lacking today from DR.REDDY'S, which has gotten them into the situation that they are 115 for 9. 12 balls left. How many more can 𝗬𝗆𝗆 get? If he can get 13 more in the 12 that he faces, I think DR.REDDY'S will take that at both arms. That will mean that they'll get to a score of about 128. Anyway, that's wishful thinking on my part at the moment, because they're just 1 wicket away now, QUALCOMM, from finishing this innings. Full outside the off stump, play and a miss, straight into keeper's gloves. Roshan is the bowler who comes back into the attack. He's already picked up 3 wickets today. 2 overs, 7 runs and 3 wickets. Once again managed to squeeze that past the cover region. Wonderful batting this from 𝗵𝗵𝗆. 119 on the board now. So QUALCOMM will be chasing at least 6 runs and over when they come out to bat. They look a little bit frazzled at the moment, the QUALCOMM team, which is surprising because they really have their opponents on the mat. Change in field, covers now move a lot squarer. Deep cover also moves squarer. This time he belts it to the other side of that fielder in the deep, who does really, really well to stop that. Wonderfully fielded in the deep by the cover fielder, but he can't stop the second run from being completed. 121 now with that couple. Change in field again. They realize that he's backing away and trying to score on the offside. They've taken away the fielder from the leg side. Bring him to the cover region. So now it's almost a ring field on the offside. Once again goes in the same region. The fielder can't stop that. Is he going to come back for the second? He does want to, but he decides against it. I think wisely so. 122 for 9. Mukul now on strike. 𝗵𝗵𝗆 20 of 16. 2 balls left in this over. Can Mukul keep them out so that 𝗵𝗵𝗆 can come back again? And he's bowled a middle stump out of the ground. It was too much for Mukul to handle. It was straight. It was on a length. Made Mukul uncomfortable. Not give him anything to work with. He backed away and lost his middle stump in the process. So DR.REDDY'S bowled out for 122 of 18.5 overs. Still have 7 balls left in the innings. But we must remember though, at one point in time they were at 17 for 4. It's not a bad effort to recover from there and get to 122. They will be disappointed though. They still have 7 balls that haven't been played out in this innings. Nevertheless, they have put up a score on the board. QUALCOMM will come back to chase 123 of 20 overs at 6.5 runs and over to win this game. Will they manage to get that or they won't? We'll find out in about 5 minutes time when we return with the second half of this final match at MVL Pure Corporate Championship Edition 2 at the 𝗵PSAJ ground here in Shamshabad. We'll see you in 5 minutes time.
10 guys.
Interesting start to the innings. Looks like we have Rajat the ball in hand. Just a single. Shivam. Bowling to Shivam now. Almost tickled it to the keeper. Lucky the batter to get away with that. Punch that towards cover. No run on offer. Once again, played and missed outside the off stump. Wonderful first over from Rajat to start proceedings. QUALCOMM just chasing 123. I would consider that to be a meagerly target. But DR.REDDY'S will want to make a battle out of this. They want to fight really hard. Vignesh will now take strike. In the air, fielder at mid-off runs after it. But that just bounces and trickles over the boundary rope. Mukul signaling to his captain that he's better off with that fielder back. The square leg fielder comes back inside the circle. Long off fielder goes back. Once again, just beats the fielder at point, or single towards the deep point region. Flicked it towards square leg, another single. Again, an appeal for caught behind. Umpire says no. Almost the entire team went up in unison, but the keeper didn't look convinced. Vignesh defends that towards point. No run on offer. Thrashed on the offside in the deep. The fielder at point does the fielding. Keeps it down to a single. The end of the second over. The score moves to 8 runs for the loss of no wickets. Outside half of the bat, but the fielder there at point, not able to get down in time. Ball fizzles over the boundary rope. That's it in the air towards the leg side. Nobody's going to stop that. Couple of bounces over the boundary rope for Vignesh is into the act. 3 boundaries to get things going for himself. Again in the air, again beats the fielder at cover. Electric batting from Vignesh. Score has moved on now to 20 for none. Just 2.3 overs. 4 boundaries already for Vignesh. Defended back to the bowler. Once again in the air, once again beats the fielder at mid wicket, and once again goes over the boundary rope. Fantastic batting there from Vignesh. 24 for none now of just 2.5 overs. So they've got a very good start, chasing this meager score of 123. Vignesh batting on 23 of 11. Rajat, who went for just 1 run in the first over, We've already conceded 16 runs, 4 boundaries this over. Tickled. Wonderful batting from Vignesh. Just all hands. Using the pace of the bowler. Just guiding the ball on its way past the square leg fielder. Near the fine leg region for a wonderful boundary. For 5 boundaries that over. And a dot ball. 28 for none at the end of 3 overs. Fourth over gets underway, just defended towards the fielder at point. Oh, that was almost caught. Credit to the bowler, got his hands in a good position there. It's never easy on your follow through. But unfortunately for him, not able to hold on. Then a miss outside the off stump again. Try to hit that in the air. The fielder misjudged that, moved in when he should have really gone back. An opportunity goes begging. So Mukul creating an opportunity there for his team. Unfortunately, the fielder moved in when he should have moved back. The ball ended up going over his head for a single towards long on. And what's worse for Dr. Reddy's is that brings Vignesh back on strike. He's really belting it at the moment, 27 of 12. There you go. Drills that past the cover fielder. There is a fielder in the deep, but he can do nothing to stop that. 13 ball for 31 for Vignesh. Wow. Tried to beat the fielder at short third man there. Not successful in doing that, Vignesh. The end of the over. 33 for naught. The end of 4 overs. Smashed off his pads towards mid-on. A single on offer. Down the leg side, called wide by the umpire. Tends to happen. 𝗬𝗏𝗃 now into the attack. After that good batting innings from 𝗬𝗏𝗃 that got the team to a score of over 120. Defended towards point. In the air, but on the bounce, the fielder at mid-on. A lot of oohs and ahs in the field by DR.REDDY'S. In the block hole, it's back to the bowler. No run is on offer there. Once again managed to find the gap on the offside. Being the third man and the point fielder there, goes for a boundary. Too much width on offer. And Vignesh just throws his arms, gets 4 runs for it. Defended this time. Short ball. It's well done by the fielder there at mid-wicket. An appeal for an out. I think that's close. The fielder feels really confident, rather the bowler feels really confident about that. Let's take a look. It's Vignesh, it's the big man. Interesting to see what happened there. No, I think he made of ground. I think he's grounded his bat. He's safe. 43 for none, 6 overs into the game. Appeal for leg before, but that was way down the leg. Not sure if the batter got some bat on it. Looks like he did. We'll wait for the umpire signal. Yes, confirms that that was off the bat. Played towards short third man, just a single on that occasion. Straight past the bowler, straight past the fielder at long off. Both of them together can't stop that ball from beating them over the boundary rope. So Vignesh has moved on to 41 of 22. Shivam now with his first boundary, 10 of 18. Single towards deep cover. Played towards the leg side this time. Weird bounce that time. Luckily for the wicketkeeper, no damage done. That had bounced really awkwardly. The batsman enjoying a quick drink. The 7-over mark. The score is 53 for none. 70 needed now on 78 balls. QUALCOMM in good control of this game at the moment. DR.REDDY'S, if they need to find a way back, they need to find a way to pick at least 2 wickets, and they need to pick those 2 wickets very quickly. 𝗀𝗵𝗃𝗃 has been their go-to bowler for wickets in the past. Once again, beats the fielder in the deep. Something wrong with the way that the field is set up. Shubham not happy with the fielder there. It looked like that should have been caught because the fielder was in the deep and the ball did bounce on its way. Unfortunately, the fielder was too far wide, not able to cut the angle, and 4 more runs to Shivam. He's got his innings going finally, 15 now of 20. Short one this time. Gave the batsman width. The batsman lashed onto it. Shivam now is also rollicking, 19 of 21 with that boundary. And QUALCOMM has moved on to 61 now. 61 of just 7.2 overs. Towards mid-wicket this time. Once again, beats the fielder in the deep. Another boundary for Shivam. Just about 3 or 4 balls ago, his strike rate was in the 50s. Now he's managed to take that with those 3 boundaries to over 100. 23 of 22 now, 65 for none. 3 back-to-back boundaries. Shubham slows that down in the air. Flight fit. Oh, they have offered a run-out opportunity if the ball had hit the stumps. Instead, ends up conceding an overthrow. Understand the bowler. Last ball of the 8th over coming up now from Shubham. It's been an expensive over so far. Full flighted. Once again, the fielder there misfields a straightforward ball and concedes a single to Vignesh. So 69 for none at the end of 8 overs. Going at 8.6 runs an over, required just 4.5 runs an over to win this game. Plays it in the gap on the leg side. There's nobody there for rakers, but Vignesh is happy with the single. 𝗬𝗶𝗃𝗃 bowling his second over, went for 10 of his first. Cut towards short third man this time, but no run on offer. Hit in the deep towards the cover fielder. Just a single. He almost lost his knee there, the bowler. Lucky for him that it missed him. Just a single towards long off. In the air, but in the gap towards deep cover. Single on offer. Short ball this time, punch towards the fielder at cover. No run on offer. We have some spectators walking outside the boundary rope now. Difficult to pick up on that camera. Nine overs gone, 73 for none. 8.11 the current run rate, 4.5 the required run rate. This game is ambling along towards a QUALCOMM victory. Unless DR.REDDY'S can pull the rabbit out of the hat, pick up a few quick wickets. hit it towards mid wicket and a single. Play and a miss outside the off stump. It's been a long time since we've seen a ball miss the bat. Hit that towards the cover fielder in the deep. Just a single. Once again, play and a miss outside the off stump. Beautiful leg before, abandoned actually. Shy at the striker's end, but no damage. Again, played and miss outside the off stump. The end of the over. 10 overs gone, 76 for none. back to the action now. 11th over about to get started. Slight misfield, concedes the single. May have been a run-out opportunity there because Vignesh was committed to that. Shivam was not interested in that single. Vignesh was committed. Or if that was a clean pickup by the fielder. It's pulled beautifully. Just goes towards the fielder in the deep at long on. A single. In the air, launches it over the fielder at long on for a 6. What a good shot that is from Shivam. He's got it going now. He wants to finish things in a hurry for QUALCOMM. And 𝗃𝗏𝗃𝗃 is welcome to the bowling attack with a 6. Once again, hit in the air towards the fielder at cover, who does not get down in time. Misses out on that. The ball just bounces short of him and goes beyond the boundary rope. So wonderful batting this from Shivam. 84 for none now. Rather 88 for none of 10.4. Shivam batting on 40. We've joined Vignesh now. We've caught up very, very quickly. 40 of 33. Goes big again. The fielder at short third man gets under it. The first wicket finally falls. The QUALCOMM Hyderabad lose a wicket. 35 or 56. 55 rather is what they need now. As Shivam makes his way out. That was very well caught by Somu. Brilliant catch at short third man. Got down in time and pulled it off inches off the surface. It's never easy when the ball is that low and that flat. So DR.REDDY'S have finally managed to pick up a wicket. Satyam Bora now the new batter out in the middle. 3,746 runs in 160 matches. Average of 26, strike rate 127. He will face 𝗃𝗏𝗃𝗃. That was poor. The umpire, I think, wants to confirm whether that was a no ball or a wide. We'll take a look at that just to see whether the ball had pitched on the surface. I think it was a long way away from the pitch. So that must be a no ball in my opinion.
Wide a line avtala
fielder, they run through for a single. Wide called again by the umpire. Hit straight to the mid-on fielder, decide against a single on that occasion. Well bowled, somehow missed the wickets. Poor from the fielder. It should not have been a single. Drilled it down the ground, Vignesh. Towards the long off fielder for a single. Vignesh closing in on his half century, batting on 47 of 32 balls. Qualcomm just need 30 or 50 now to win this game. Beautifully played. Picked the gap with perfection between covers and long off or mid off. The ball rolls all along the surface for a wonderful boundary. Five bonus runs there to the batting team. DR.REDDY'S, a match to forget for them. 102 for 1 now the score. Just 21 needed and 49 balls to finish this game. 𝗬𝗏 running in with the ball. Again drilled. Once again the fielder at mid-off misses it and concedes a single. 20 runs needed of 8 overs. 2.5 runs an over needed now to win this game. Full ball outside the off stump, lot of width on offer. Batsman throws his pad at it and gets a boundary. Just 16 more runs needed now to finish this game. It'll be a pity if Vignesh does not get to his half century and Satyam manages to score these at the other end. Okay, a mid-pitch discussion there, interesting. Captain walking up to the bowler. No considerable change to the field, just that the gully fielder has moved a little finer. Inside edge this time, the ball is racing towards the fine leg boundary. Will it get there? Won't it get there? No, it doesn't. The batsmen are happy with the single. So Vignesh is brought back on strike. 15 runs needed, number 46. I'm sure Vignesh will want to finish this with a few big hits. Field goes back. Krishna moves all the way back towards long off. Still have 5 fielders inside the 30-yard circle. Just nudged it on the legs towards the fine leg fielder for a single. Anticlimactic that. Drill down the ground for a single. Rocked off the back foot, let it past the bowler for a single towards long on. Punch back again, off the back foot for a single towards long on. End of the 13th over, 112 for 1, 11 runs needed, number 42 balls. Wide down the leg side, I think. It's confirmed by the umpire, so 2 runs added to the score. Just 9 needed now. So again, down the legs, not sure if you have any bat on that. The fielder runs around, keeps it down. No signal from the umpire, so I think that came off the bat. That's 50 up for Vignesh of 35 balls. Fantastic knock from him. really played flawless cricket today, Vignesh. Has got his team going. Match has just looked in one direction ever since Vignesh has come out to bat. Once again, the keeper misses. The ball trots along to where the third man would be inside the circle. Just a single. Towards square leg on that occasion. So again, they run through for a single. Single towards deep cover. Five needed now of 38. Interesting to see if Vignesh can finish this with a big one. Rajat running in. He'll be hungry to pick up a wicket, Rajat. He is not picking up a wicket with that ball. Short, wide down the leg side. And Vignesh just helps it on its way. Now just one more run needed now for victory. Gives it back to the bowler, fielder rather, who makes a meal of that. The ball goes beyond the boundary rope. So sad way to end the game for Qualcomm. But Vignesh will be happy with that result. 59 of 38. Wonderful batting innings from him. DR.REDDY'S have been dismantled today. Just 14 overs were needed to get to the score of 126. Vignesh top scorer, 59 of 38 balls. Satyam Bora, 15 of 12. Also well supported by Shivam, who got out in the 40s. The bowling effort, not a lot to talk about. Kiran Prabhas ran in, bowled, picked up one wicket. But rather than that, not a lot to share in those statistics. That brings us to the end of the last game today between DR.REDDY'S and Qualcomm. DR.REDDY'S bowled out for 122, Qualcomm chasing the score in 14 overs. So that brings us to the end of this match, and perhaps to the end of the league stage of this tournament. All teams having played 5 games each. Microsoft table toppers with 5 games, 5 victories. Qualcomm finishing on number 2, 4 victories and 1 loss. Oracle, also with 4 victories, have finished number 3. Dell Technologies have finished 4th. So these are the 4 teams who will be playing for the Platinum Cup. MFGD will face against Dell Technologies and Qualcomm will face against Oracle. Qualcomm and Oracle is going to be a great game because it had gone down to the wire last time when these teams played. Same applies to MFGD versus Oracle. It was a tight game earlier today where MFGD just came on top by 2 runs. Qualcomm had beaten Oracle in the past. Rather, Oracle beat Qualcomm in the past by also 4 runs, I think. So we are going to have 2 very tight semi-finals when we connect next for the semi-finals of the Platinum Cup of the MVL Pure Corporate Championship Edition 2. Service Now and NMDC will face off for the Gold Cup. Service Now finishing at number 5. Fuji and DR.REDDY'S will face off in the second semi-final for the Gold Cup, with both teams securing 1 victory each. So that's it from the presentation here today. We hope you enjoyed our coverage. We hope you enjoyed the telecast. If you did, please do leave us a review on Crick Heroes. We bring you these pictures courtesy Team MVL. And this is Idris signing off on behalf of MVL. Do leave us a review once again on Crick Heroes if you've enjoyed the coverage today. Thank you so much for watching. So I have Roshan with me, the man of the match of the game between Qualcomm. So wonderful performance there, Roshan. 4 wickets picked. Talk me through your spell.
Yeah, it was a good spell. Happy with my performance. I mean, the last over I just tried a little too much, I would say. I just kept it simple, and yeah, like I realized it a bit after 3-4 balls, and then yeah, I took the wicket.
Okay, so you're still being greedy. 4 wickets is not enough. Maybe you could have had more.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they were stabilizing the wicket, and they were not losing much. So I thought I will try a slow ball, and like they'll try to hit a shot, and then they'll lose a wicket. But then yeah, I just bowled a good length, and that's what got the wicket.
So with this victory now, you people have finished number 2 on the points table. How happy are you with that result?
Yeah, we're pretty happy. I mean, yeah, this is a good match to win. So I guess we'll be playing
Oracle.
Sorry?
You'll be playing Oracle in the semi-finals.
So yeah.
So one plays 4 and 2 plays 3.
Okay.
So because you finished 2, you'll play Oracle who finished 3rd.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, that's pretty important match. So hopefully we get a good result there.
It was a tight game. I think last time you had lost to Oracle, if I'm not mistaken. You lost by
Yes.
about 4 runs in a tight
Yeah.
game.
Right.
So any learnings that you will take from this game onto there?
Sure. Yeah. Like last time, I think we were a bit. We would have preferred it if we didn't give a 10 runs, maybe lesser. If we had given, we would have comfortably win the match. So yeah, we'll try to keep the bowling tight as well as bat like through till the end. Then, yeah.
Okay, a quick word on that knock from Vignesh. How important is he up the order for you guys?
Yeah, he's our main opener and he's in pretty good shape right now. I think it's really important that we have our openers in good form, and then the middle orders as well, they'll have to back them up. So I think he's a very important player in our team, and it's good for our team that he's in a good shape.
All right, Roshan, enjoyed watching you bowl today. Congratulations on picking up the 4 wickets and all the best for the next one.
Thank you.
So I have Pradeep with me, the performer of the match from DR.REDDY'S. Obviously not the right outcome for you today. Any reflection on the game?
I think as I said last time also, the pitch is very good. You know, it's quite very good for batting.
Right.
And the surface is, as you see, is very hard surface. So it's easy to bat. You know, the ball comes very easy on the bat.
Right.
So with this kind of pitches, you need to be stable on the ground, not just throw your wicket. So what the team collapsed early in the power play.
17 for 4.
Yeah, so that was actually very bad for the team because where the momentum got bad. So if we would have got almost, it's still even 10 overs, we had 64 runs.
Right.
And the target was, if we could have got in another 60 balls, almost 90 or 100, it would have been more than 150 or 160, right? That was actually thought, because even after the first collapse, we recovered well, and ball to run was a good thing, but unfortunately today our batters had a bad luck.
Yeah, when you put it like that, it sounds simple, Pradeep, but in reality, when you have lost 4 wickets up front, batsman who's batting later out there is always playing under pressure. You're always struggling to take that chance.
Yeah. So when so as a opener, the thought was in the mind to give good partnership. But when I saw a couple of wickets going on, so I had to also slow down.
Yes.
But what I was thinking is to stay on the ground, just not to throw my wicket at least. So otherwise it would have been very bad for the team.
Right.
Like the full collapse of the team was
From both ends.
would have been possible. So what I was thinking is just to rotate the strike, stay on the ground, and play their good bowlers. They had pretty good bowlers.
Yes.
They had good bounce, and they were bowling well.
Yeah.
So that was initially in the mind to keep rotating and not throw the wicket. I think that worked for us initially. In 10 overs we passed. I think later on, after my wicket, again the momentum got collapsed.
Yeah.
So, but still we managed to do 122, and the target was pretty well, at least to defend. We thought, because as we have very couple of good bowlers also, but the day was not in our
Vignesh
favor.
just took the game away with those 5 boundaries, and I think the 3rd or the 4th over of the game.
Yeah, so they got as I think all the teams, initial openers, they think if you get runs in power play, that's very
Yes.
good for us.
Yeah.
I mean, good for the team, right? That's what they did, and they used the pitch, and they got, I think more than 40-50 runs in 5-6 overs.
Yeah, it was actually very interesting because I was watching Satish bat, who was the other opener along with Vignesh, and he struggled for until maybe 30 balls. He was striking it at a strike rate of less than 50.
Yes.
Right, and then from there his innings just kicked off, and he ended up scoring at almost 150.
Yeah, because
by the
it's a
end.
low scoring game, and the batters know if score is 122 on the board, so
You can
it's
take your
better
chances.
it's better you get set, see the balls. Once you are set, then you can hit, because now you can see the ball well. That's
Right.
what they did, and I think that guy did very great.
Yeah.
He batted well. He's not out after all. So congrats for the team also.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's reflect on your own batting performance as well, Pradeep. I thought you batted really well. I thought you batted sensibly for the largest part of the innings. I did see you struggle against the short ball. Have I picked up something there?
Yeah. So what was happening is most of the bowlers were pacers,
Mhm.
and some of the balls they were bowling short, to the body line. So my target was to at least hit that side, but I saw. Sometimes if you're not very good at short balls, you can give a catch.
Yes.
That's the only thing, because not you see these kind of balls
Right.
in many
You're not used to
pitches.
playing
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So in nets also,
Hmm.
So that was one point, but I think my target was not to just give away wicket. Just if those such kind of balls come, try to hit. So one of those balls actually I got hit it, but my plan was to at least stay there and not get very kind of like in bad situation where you can't play this kind of balls. But
Right.
but I tried my best to play such kind of balls.
Absolutely. Hard luck today, but all the best for the upcoming semi-finals. I think you'll be playing for the Gold Cup now, basis the result today. You finished number 6 or number 7 on the table. I'm not sure.
Yeah, okay, maybe I don't know. Let's
Yeah.
check.
6 or 7 on the table, I think. So you'll be playing for the Gold Cup. That much is for sure. I think you'll be playing against Fuji, if I'm not mistaken,
Okay.
in your semi-finals round. So all the best for that game, Pradeep, and do
Sure.
well.
Yeah,
Congrats.
thank you. Yeah, Gold Cup. I think we had